welcome everyone to Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC. It's finally out today. God knows how long I've been waiting for this particular story. There are lots of different graphical options and stuff in the settings that are a little bit... it's actually really detailed, so I'm just going to leave things on defaults for the moment and just start the game up, see what it looks like, and then just mess around with it. But I just thought I would record this momentous occasion in the history of me playing GTA. It's taken a long time to load. I don't know if that's because it needs to, I don't know. Why is it taking a long time to load? Oh, here we go. This is the beginning of the game. What I might do is, I've played Grand Theft Auto... Oh, that's nice. It does look very pretty. Yeah, already, I mean, even without having to tank up any of the graphics or anything, it does look a lot nicer than it does on the PC, Xbox 360, which is the version I had before. This is obviously the PC version. Looks very nice. I'm going... Yes, what I'm going to do, though, before I deal with the guard, is I want to try this first-person view out. That is basically the reason... Well, not the reason, but it's one of the things that I like about this version, that it apparently has first-person view. How do you change into first-person? I don't know. Is it just a... Oh, there you go. Ooh, very nice. Oh, it actually feels like a proper first-person shooter as well. Something that I wasn't really expecting. That's good. The lighting looks a lot nicer. It looks very shiny. Oh, that's my controller disconnecting. Some of you may be saying, well, you're playing it on PC in first-person view, why are you using a controller? And the answer to that question is, shut up, bitch. Oh yeah, gotta aim at the people. Fuck off, get down. I don't know whether it's just because I'm playing it on PC and therefore sitting a lot closer to the screen, or whether it is a lot more detailed, but it just feels so much more detailed than GTA 5 did on Xbox 360, and it's running wonderfully as well. I mean, thank God they took the time they took, because will you stop disconnecting, you bastard fucking twatting controller? Because it looks wonderful. This is Windows Vista. You should not be using Windows Vista. Ooh, pizza. The texture on this pizza box is decidedly Grand Theft Auto Vice City in quality. I am very disappointed. I think I might need new batteries for my controller. The only thing that's disappointing about the graphics is when I'm setting this up here, it's very easy to see if you go down to textures quality and set it to high. Boom, straight out of video memory, which is kind of disappointing. That's kind of a problem with this graphics card. I've got the GTX 960. It's a good card, but it only has 2 GB of onboard RAM. Kind of regretting that decision now in some sort of way, but never mind. We can't get away with that really. So it's a case of having to either try and save memory somewhere. So the only problem is this is basically, okay, to clarify what's going on then, this is actually running on high. I don't know if I want to put MSA on yet. I'll wait until I get into the city to decide that, because I'm currently indoors. But basically, this is running on high, but basically I can't use too high quality textures because of the fact that it's going to use more video RAM. Oh, I could try and sort of scupper some population variety in favour of texture quality. Let me try that then. Let's put texture quality on high, and then there we go. I can just scrape under the line there. Let's try that. One thing I will say, and this is not necessarily a criticism until I've got a save game properly going, but it is taking a long time to load stuff. I mean, it takes a while to load the game. It takes a while to load the story mode. We're kind of expected shorter load times. I mean, to be fair, we are dealing with a massive game here. I can't remember how long it took to load on Xbox 360. I do remember you had to install the game first on that. It's loaded a lot quicker the second time around though, to be fair, so I'll bloody off. So now I'm using higher higher quality textures instead of on the proviso that whenever there's like pedestrians walking around and stuff, you'll see the same pedestrians more often, maybe. So I'm going to see how that works out when we get into the meat and gravy of the game. Well, let me just do my old pizza box test in a second, just to see if the pizza box looks any better. If it doesn't, then it's probably not worth doing. But apart from the textures, everything else is on very high settings, and it does look very nice. Let me get back in first person view. That is a slightly better pizza box. Is it better enough to make it worth it? Probably not. Windows fucking Vista. Yes, let's do this. Let's do this thing. What are we doing? Through here, I think. Oh, I need my phone. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm blowing up the C4. Boom. Frame rates are very nice. I'm probably going to have to upload this in 60 FPS for the benefit of the fact that it's playing in 60 FPS. So yes, maybe I will do that. Because there's not a lot of point in waiting for the PC version to come out, only to then play it in 60 FPS and then upload it to YouTube in 25. So, I was going to swap my bandwidth out, but never mind. Well, now I have a lot of money on me, it's a lot harder to move. It is a lot nicer to aim and shoot in first person view than it is in third person. It is really nice to have the option to play in first person, and in fact, I kind of like the look of first person when I saw it advertised and stuff like that, but I thought, will it look weird or will it play weird? Is it really Grand Theft Auto? But actually, I've been using it for like all of, well, not even finished the tutorial mission yet, and it feels as natural as anything. It is fantastic. They've done a good job. Oh, getting to cover. They've done a good job of making it feel like it was always a first-person shooter. Like right now, my brain is telling me Grand Theft Auto has always been a first-person shooter. How that works, I don't know. I do have a reservation about driving in first-person with the dashboarding view and stuff, but we'll come on to that in a minute when we actually get to drive. But yeah, this is fantastic. It really is absolutely wonderful. Cover-based shooting there was a little bit weird because you can't really see. See, like right now I'm looking into the wall. Whereas if you was in third person, you can actually see what people are doing. So actually, it can be more useful to be in third person when you're in combat. Now I'm at it. Depends on the situation, doesn't it? I mean, if it's straight. Getting from A to B, sort of fighting as you go type thing, then first person's good. First person, when you're in cover based shooting like this, is probably more challenging, but kind of weird as well, because I'm just like staring at a texture like right up close to it. It's not ideal. So let's just go back into third person for a minute. Good thing is all you have to do is switch between your select, so I mean you don't have to play it all the way through one way or another. You can just change it to suit. So you can use first person some of the time, third person of the time. You can have it set differently from when you're on a car. So you know, choices, people, choices. Shit, I just shot Michael there. Oh, I can change characters. That's probably a good idea, because oh no, I can't change characters. I seem to have misinterpreted the situation there. The game taught me how to switch characters and then immediately stopped me from being able to do so. I will say this much for shooting in first person: there's no auto lock on like you would get with the third person cover based shooting, which has obviously led to my immediate death there. But also it's quite good because it just makes the game feel so much different, despite the fact it's exactly the same game. Well, within reason. It just feels like a completely different game to play in a really good way. I mean, with a third person shooter, you kind of need that kind of snap lock on type thing that you get, especially on console when you're playing with a controller, which like I say I am as well for some bizarre reason. But when you're playing it on PC or even with a controller, when you're in first person view, it's a lot easier to just do the aiming yourself. So yeah, it actually works really well. It's kind of why I prefer first-person shooters to third-person, to be honest. So, and it's actually done really well as well. It's done properly. Whereas, like, there have been mods for like old Grand Theft Auto games, like San Andreas and stuff, which added like first-person functionality, but they weren't very good. Will you just get on the fucking floor and stay there, mate? Oh bollocks! Oh fuck me! Why did it? Like, you can't see him on the radar. What I don't understand about this is like there's cars everywhere, but in the game's called Grand Theft Auto, but yet you can't steal any of them. I suppose they are all a bit wrecked by gunfire. I'm going to hang back a little bit this time because I embarrassed myself. I might actually get as far as the car this time. It stopped. Okay, first thing to know about Grand Theft Auto 5. After several delays and several God knows how longs of optimizations and promises that it will be so great and stuff like that, not yet through the tutorial level, the game has crashed. So there we go. That's a good start. Could be me overloading the graphics card by filling the memory up. Don't know, but not good. Not good start at all. Typical day one stuff, but Cardinals saying #1 for Grand Theft Auto 5, apart from obviously crashing on me on the tutorial level. You have to be signed in to Rockstar Social Club in order to be able to play the game, and somewhat predictably, because the game only came out about an hour ago, the servers are fucking hammered, and it's just not letting me sign in, so I can't play the game. So I have an option. I can either sit here sort of looking at a greyed out sign-in screen, or I can quit game. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna just try this again, just very quickly. Yeah, we can't sign into Rockstar Social Club at the moment. It did let me sign in for a second, and then it just keeps sort of booting me out again. So this is awful. This is really bad. I mean, error response from Steam, please try again later, support error, blah blah blah. So yeah, what they've done is once again unprovisioned on the servers, and which is one thing when you're trying to play a multiplayer game, but the fact that you can't even play the single player campaign while the servers are down is fucking atrocious. It really is fucking atrocious. So yeah, I still can't play the game. Unknown service failure. Just keep, every time I try and get into it, it'll let me boot the game up, but then it'll just instantly kick me out of Rockstar Social Club. So I'm kind of guessing that there's not really going to be a lot of point in trying to play Grand Theft Auto right now. Response from Steam. All you can do is really keep trying and hope once you get in that you can sort of stay in. But like after a few minutes, it will just keep popping up with this box basically saying, oh, you know what, that's ridiculous as well, because you've authorized yourself, you're in the game, that should be it for the session. When it loses contact with Social Club, there's no point in kicking me back out of the game again. Just let me play my session. I mean, I will be on this all night and no one would have noticed. It's completely pointless. Better blur that out. Okay, I seem to have managed to get back in now, so let's... I've reset my graphical settings back to default because I think I was getting a bit keen on the video memory. Loading screen, this is the loading screen. Everybody loves the loading screen. It's a loading screen. Loading screen is still loading. Can't think of any more lyrics for the loading screen song, which means it's been loading too long. Welcome to the third playthrough of the tutorial level due to failures on the behalf of Rockstar Games. I'm being disingenuous. I will give them the benefit of the doubt because one, it's launch day. I mean, still they've made some stupid decisions, but you know, it's launch day, so we'll let them off. It's not going to be like this all the time. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on the crash because that could have been me trying to get too keen on my graphics memory. I do have an overclock on the card, which may not be as stable as I think it is, so I will give them the benefit of the doubt for the moment. But yes, if I don't get through the tutorial level this time, and admittedly last time a lot of that was due to me constantly getting killed, but if I don't get through the tutorial this time, I will be, to say the least, an unhappy man. So I've got several things going against me. You see, I've got my graphics card going against me, potentially. I've got Rockstar's dodgy social club servers going against me, potentially. Or it could be the quality of the game going against me, I don't know. It does run lovely. I mean, it seems really nicely optimised. It's running full 60 FPS. Like I say, the graphics are all on high except for the textures, which, as I say, due to the limitations of my GTX 960, I have to dial down a little bit, because apparently having high textures these days means more than 2 gigs of video RAM, which is fair enough, and I should have seen that coming, really. Can I get past this point? Let's just find out, shall we? Because this is where it crashed last time. I'm guessing maybe. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on, lads. He just did a proper mad bail out of the car then. That was quite funny. Yes, I appear to have gotten at least as far as the vehicle this time, so that's good. I'm kind of not convinced on the texture quality side of things, where I've got to have it on medium because of the 2 gigs of RAM in my card, but I'm not being funny, these textures are not even Vice City quality. I mean, they do look really horrible. I mean, it's fine at distance like this, but I mean, if you look at like the frames of the windows and stuff, and like the seats in the back of the car, it looks... I mean, I know that's... What I'm saying is if games could have high quality textures before and not use all the RAM, then why do they have to now? Oh, that's kind of disappointing. There's no bonnet view anymore. I kind of liked the bonnet view, so it means I either have to be back here or in the car. So I guess it's in the car. The only thing I find distracting about this is I don't mind like in-cab views, except for the fact that I hate seeing people's hands moving around like that. It just looks so weird. That was a train. That was a post. Nice sun flare. 10 out of 10 for the sun flare.
Come on.
Trevor looking like a bullseye contestant there. Some of the textures, I'm going on about texture too much, I understand. Well, you know, it's a thing. Textures look good. On some things, and on some objects they look inexplicably low quality. But I suppose overall, the image quality here is a lot nicer than it is on Xbox 360, and I presume the PS3. Probably going to have to see if I can get the anti-aliasing up a little bit, because I'm still seeing some slightly distracting jaggy edges in the background there. The one thing that really killed Grand Theft Auto 5 for me on the Xbox 360 is that it was jaggy as fuck, but I'm guessing that's because it was running at 720p without any kind of anti-aliasing, upscaled to 1080, and it was kind of like playing a Lego Grand Theft Auto, which is fine. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't unplayable or anything, but you know, it's nice to have this kind of better image quality. I mean, already it's like a leaps and bounds above what was on the Xbox 360 and PS3, so for me that's paid for itself already. But that is a very square fish trophy thing on the table there, which I've never noticed before, and it's kind of creepy. I don't like the square fish. Why am I talking about square fish? I love this bit. It's very nice. That's me dressed as a police officer, having a rant at a hobo for some reason. It's Franklin and Franklin's friend, not Franklin. Which one do I want? Do I want the red, clearly not an Aston Martin, or do I want the white, clearly not an Audi? I think I'm going to go with the white, not an Audi. I like Aston Martins, but I don't like the colour red. Logic. Quick message to someone who hangs around called, I don't know how you pronounce his name, Mikuin. My PC will never play Grand Theft Auto 5, will it not? Seems to be playing it quite nicely to me. In fact, it's playing it really nicely. Solid frame rate, as you can see, and this is while I'm recording as well. 1080p. Like I say, graphics are on full, apart from the textures, which is another bone of contention, which I've gone on about already, so I won't talk about it anymore. But that being said, it doesn't look bad. It looks really nice, actually. Again, first-person view while driving. The hands on the steering wheel thing kind of bothers me. I kind of prefer to have the bonnet view, but that being said, it still works really nicely, actually. One thing that is a lot nicer about this than the console versions, when you do have the bonnet cam, is that the camera's kind of like wobbling around all over the place. This gives you a lot less motion sickness, and that actually helps a lot. Even though everyone's played this game by now on one console or another, it's worth mentioning the differences between this and GTA 4, in that the driving in GTA 4 was like really sort of stiff and sort of too realistic, whereas this is kind of gone... That woman disappeared. That was strange. Yeah, this is kind of more of an arcadey kind of gameplay, which is good. Which is what Grand Theft Auto always was, really, and that was actually a complaint I made about GTA 4 in the beginning. And then I changed my mind about it because everyone seemed to like it, and then everyone hated it, and now everyone likes arcadey style again, and now I'm changing my mind again because I go with the people. It's the Popo, it's the 5-0, it's the Rozzers, get away from them. Why am I going round in circles? How do you even get out of here? I can't remember. It's not there. Worst getaway ever. Oh, the only thing I don't like about this view is like the windscreen sort of stuff getting in the way, so you can't quite see where you're going. Yes, it's more realistic, although it's not, because you can't move your head around like you can in real life. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. Oh look, first-person vehicle HUD. That's good. Can I get... Aha! You can get back onto the HUD view. That's good. Oh, excellent. So there is an option for it after all in the settings. I do take it back, although this is a kind of even weirder than... Oh no, you can center the camera off. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's what I wanted. Yeah, I prefer this view, believe it or not, to the actual in-cab view, just because there's nothing sort of getting in the way. The only problem with this is that you could use some high quality road textures, lads. Okay, this is what I was talking about in the old Grand Theft Auto when you do have the hood cam on. I mean, look at the bobbing and weaving around and stuff. That is insane. So, yes, the other camera view is actually nicer if you don't want to feel motion sick, because even though I prefer this view, my head's now going... Here you go, I have delivered your car to you. Barely a scratch on it. By barely a scratch, I mean there might be a little bit of a scuff. I mean, there's like a small dent on the front there, and the bonnet might be like slightly damaged. There may be a little bit of a scratch there, but that'll buff out. It'll buff out. It'll buff out. So yeah, this was just a first impressions video of Grand Theft Auto 5. Now I actually have it up and running. Don't take anything I've said in this video like as... we'll take it with a pinch of salt, I suppose I should say, because basically this is basically the game's been out for all of half an hour. Obviously the servers are going to have some problems. It's not crashed again since I reduced the memory usage down, so I'm going to put that down to potentially the overclock on my memory combined with having all the memory used. Could have potentially been the source of that crash earlier in the video. In terms of the visual appearance, it looks great. I mean, it's obviously a lot better than the Xbox 360 version was. The first person view is done really well. The gameplay is really nice. The only thing I would complain about, which I have complained about throughout the whole video, is the texture quality when you have a lower memory in your graphics card. I mean, you're going to have like a 4 gig card in order to be able to use the higher quality textures, realistically speaking. That's like a minor thing. It's like the seats, like the textures on the back seats there and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick experiment actually while you're all still with me. Just going to graphics. Going to reduce. No, we'll leave it at 1080 because that's a fair test. What I'm going to do is I'm going to anything that reduces VRAM. I'm going to put it on low as I can. So basically if you set everything on normal and just have the textures set to very high, that is still using 1874 megabytes of the 2 gigs of memory. So that's kind of weird. So if I set it to very high, apply the changes, let's just quickly restart the game. Right, okay, I mean, what I've done here is I've turned all the graphics quality for everything else down to normal, and I've turned the texture quality up to very high, and they're a lot better, but they're still not like earth-shatteringly great textures. I mean, the cat, that's a different colour cat from before. That, I'm sure it was a black cat before. Is this because I've changed the texture quality, or is this just witchcraft? Anyway, it's kind of weird. I mean, like I've turned like everything else down and it still looks more or less the same as it did before, but the texture quality is higher. But everything's on, the point I'm trying to make is that everything is on normal quality except for the textures, which are now on very high. It's using up more or less all of the VRAM and the textures are still not that great. So what's being, I mean, what's going on there? I mean, what's the crack with these textures? I don't really understand. Anyway, that's by the by. I mean, what is that? I mean, what is that? What is that? I know I'm paying too much attention to these things. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. It's not a game breaker. I'm not going to suddenly start demanding a refund through that stupid refund glitch. But it's kind of disappointing, and well, it's not disappointing. Yeah, it is a little bit. I don't know. I just like things looking all pretty, and things now don't look as pretty as they should do. That's if you're really paying attention to this stuff, though. I mean, if you're just walking along like this, it looks fine. You have to be like standing right up close to a texture to sort of notice that. But the thing is, if you're playing in first person view, especially like when you're in cover and stuff, that's when you do notice it. Like for example, if I cover up against this wall, I'm right up against the wall, so now I can see every little problem with that texture. Like especially like here, I mean, that looks horrible. I mean, that really looks horrible. I mean, this is on very high texture. This is the highest texture quality, by the way. That is the highest possible texture quality. So yeah, even having it on high textures isn't really much of a benefit because the textures still look shockingly bad. So I'm probably just going to set things back to default. So basically everything on max apart from the textures, which I'll have on normal, and that seems to work nicely. Yeah, there's no point in sacrificing other graphical features for the textures in this game because the textures are absolute bobbins. Good thing is though, I'm guessing people will release high quality texture packs and stuff in the future. That's the great thing about playing this on PC, you can actually mod the game. Anyway, this was a first impressions video. As I say, take everything I say with a pinch of salt because I have no idea what I'm fucking talking about because I am an idiot. Thanks very much for watching. There will more than likely be more Grand Theft Auto 5 videos coming soon, as well as Grand Theft Auto Online and all that other good stuff, so I'll see you then. Take care, ta-da!